Yeah, I just started the recording for this session. If you want, you can take the recording for the previous one. Like I said, it's not anything technical or functional. It's an overview of Teamcenter. Why we need a Teamcenter? Why a client? What are how the client would be benefited by having Teamcenter in their organization, and in which industries we're gonna use Teamcenter. That's what we covered till in the last class. That was the first one, and today I'm gonna introduce you all to Teamcenter. So, in today's session, I'm going to walk through the Teamcenter Rich Client interface. When you log in, what do you see in the Teamcenter? The windows, how to understand different modules, and how to walk through the Teamcenter application. Time permits, we are also going to start about some basic concepts in the Teamcenter. Let me share my screen. Yeah, I've just started the screen share. Are you guys able to see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So, the window that you are seeing right now is the Teamcenter Rich Client. When you log into Teamcenter, Home is the tab that you would see. If not Home, then you would see a Welcome tab. But as and when you close it, you're going to redirect to My Teamcenter. This is one of the modules, or this Home tab. Before going into the objects or what is how we can create the data and how to manage it, let us see the interface of the Teamcenter, where you can find which options. Okay, so like in any or in majority of the apps today, you're going to see the frontline menu at the top, wherein once you go in, you'll be able to see all the subcommands or options in each and every main menu. But these options are going to be updated based on the tab or based on the module that you are in. And these are all some shortcuts like you see in any MS Office applications. You would see all the copy paste commands, delete save options here. Apart from that, you're going to see some other operations like the access list, refresh, and few other shortcuts as well, which we are going to learn as and when we learn about a specific module and about that concept. And the name that you are seeing here represents the module that you are in right now. Like I said, the home tab always comes from the My Team Center module. There are different modules in a Team Center. For example, the one that you are seeing here and the little icons below it and some more options that are inside add applications. All these are different modules in a Team Center. Each module is designed for a specific purpose. It may not be necessary that all the clients or the customers or the users would need all of these modules or applications when it comes to the needs of the organization. Depending on the need or the type of data that they deal with, they may need few, they may not need few. And all these modules that you're seeing here as applications, they have inbuilt functionalities. Along with the inbuilt functionalities, which in Teamcenter language is out of the box functionalities, there are possibilities to extend them or to customize the existing OOTB behavior. When I say OOTB, it is out of the box, which is the inbuilt functions. Either you can customize the inbuilt OOTB functionalities, or you can extend them and include a customized solution to each of these modules to cater to the customer's project needs. And coming down, these are the back and forward. It will take us to the previously accessed modules and this to the forward ones. After the module name, you're seeing some details here. Info DBA and in the braces some info DBA and then hyphen one word slash a word and hyphen few numbers. What are these actually? The first two represents the user details. If I log in as Swapna, you are going to see Swapna instead of InfoDBA. InfoDBA is the default admin user. It comes when you install the OOTB Teamcenter application. And after the user session details, you are seeing the group and role of the logged in user. We can discuss more about the groups, roles, different type of groups and roles and their accesses and the site details more when we cover organization. That is one of the modules in the Teamcenter. When we are learning about organization, you would come to know in-depth details of what this is all about. But when you look at a Teamcenter application, I want you all to be somewhat familiar, as familiar as possible, so that you don't get confused when you see one new screen, because it's not that easy to get comfortable when we look at one foreign screen or a new application open. That is the reason today we are taking the time to get ourselves familiarized with the Teamcenter screens. Once this is done, maybe in tomorrow's session, I can give you the architecture information of the Teamcenter, because it is important for us to understand how the Teamcenter architecture is designed, so that when we go through each and every module, or the most commonly used modules in the Teamcenter, we are also going to learn about few advanced concepts for which it is important for us to understand how the Teamcenter architecture is designed. So today let's get familiarized with the basic components or how the Teamcenter application is designed, and then let's learn about the architecture tomorrow. And once we know the basics of the architecture, we can start our Teamcenter learning starting with the modules. While we are going through the modules, I'm going to cover the advanced or in-depth concepts that are involved in mostly used or most commonly used modules in the Teamcenter. Okay. And the last one here is giving the information about the site. Once it is done, then the screen is divided into three different parts. This is the first column, the second, and the third one. What are we saying in this first layer or the first column or section? As the name indicates, it is giving us a quick search feature in the Teamcenter. If you see above in the little icons, you're seeing two different types of simple search and advanced search. To provide the easiness or quickly accessing the search features, we are also adding one quick search here. Users may not search for all the details using the quick search because, as you see, they can only provide one ID to search here, not every information. And the little drop down here gives us some more informations, but they may not use it for all their detailed search functionalities. For that, they need to go into the advanced search here. So this is about the quick search. And then the quick links is nothing but what we see in our Windows Explorer today. Quick links is nothing but the most commonly used places are folders, which is required for users. And then you can even customize this behavior according to your needs. Suppose, let us say, today I may not need my markup or the saved search or links. I can remove them and add two or three places that I visit frequently, for which a quick link would work best for me. And the next one is about open items. This is nothing but recently viewed, which we see today when we access our Windows Explorers. These are the open items. If I've just opened the My Work list, as you can see, the tab, it has been added to the open items. The ones that we are currently accessing would come under open items, and the ones that we previously accessed would go into the history. This is nothing but our recently accessed. These are currently being accessed. And just below that, if you see, let me expand it. Minimize. There is favorites. Okay, I don't want all those things. The ones that you are seeing here, these are all modules, different type of modules that are available in Teamcenter. We cannot bring in all the modules here. That is the reason only for first few we are giving a title with its icon, a somewhat bigger icon, but then the rest of the ones can be accessed using this bottom tray, wherein you see a smaller icons, and when you hover over your mouse cursor, it will give us the title and the basic explanation of what this particular module is about. Suppose, let us say, I hover over organization. When you see, it is saying that it is used to create and manage Teamcenter virtual organization. So the tooltip is nothing but the little explanation that you're seeing on this small pop-up. That is nothing but tooltip. This tooltip gives you the name of the module and the basic functionality of these modules. These are not all the modules. There is one little arrow here to configure the applications. See, when you click on this arrow, it is giving you options to show more or fewer applications or to customize the navigation pane. But the last one, add applications, is where you are going to see all the available modules. Every user may not be able to see all the available modules. Since I'm an admin user logged in with DBA, which is nothing but database administrator, I'm able to see all the available modules. You can choose which modules to be made visible to which users. That kind of restrictions are the access can be set using again the Teamcenter organization and in combination with our access rule list. There is ACL where we are going to control all levels of access in Teamcenter. Which user should have what type of accesses, what type of access should be given to which group. You can control the access levels at the user level, group level, role level, and even you can control the accesses on the object level as well. This security feature of the Teamcenter is the best feature that is available among all the applications that we have today. Teamcenter provides the best security feature. Like I said, there are different levels of securities or access controls that can be managed within the Teamcenter. If you want to provide the access or revoke the accesses based on the users, our group, our role, or even by using the custom object types. We can learn about that when we are going to see Access Manager. This module deals with the ACLs, the access control list or the security features. So these are all the, this is how you are going to access the modules if they are enabled for you, or you can view all when you are an administrator. This is about the first section. What is the second one? Within these modules, when you select, the first level of information would be displayed in here. When I click on My Teamcenter, the Home tab would be displayed. While I'm in the Home tab, trying to open any object, or maybe I'm searching for some information, or I'm trying to access one more tab, you can see that information in tabs. Here, the first one is about home. The next one is about a different tab called My Work List. This is where we are going to check our inbox folders on the tasks that are assigned to us digitally. All this information would be made available in this My Work List, which you can access from the quick links here. Suppose let us say, if I double click on it, it is going to open this object in a different tab here. All these would be maintained in this middle section here. Now, what is this part which is occupying the major portion of the screen here? Let us first go to the summary tab. This is the basic information providing tab that we have. And these tabs gives us more detailed information of the selected object. Right now, what is the selected object? This particular one that I've just opened it. Whatever I may select, the information related to the selected object would be refreshed and displayed to the user. And the next tabs that you're seeing, impact analysis and viewer, are going to give the information about the same object, but each tab would convey different type of information related to this. Let me first select this object, basic item. As the name indicates, the summary tabs always gives us the basic information about the selected object. When I say basic, what is it giving? It is showing us the title and ID of the object. The number that you are seeing always represents the item ID or the object ID, followed by its name. And then it is giving us some basic details like owner, date modified, release status if it has any, type, available ones, and only few of the properties related to this item. In Teamcenter, Item is the basic building block for every customized object. Whatever object that we want to work with, it starts with an item type. We are going to customize this object and create any number of custom objects based on the client's need. So in Teamcenter language, we call it item. The basic object is called item here. That is the reason you're seeing item properties. And then you're seeing some attributes of it. Attributes and properties are one and the same. There is an option to view more, and the default actions like copy and save as are provided here. But if you see the impact analysis, it is going to give us the information like where this particular object is being used in the Teamcenter. This information can be categorized into three different types. If you want to view the information, or if you want to view where this particular object is being used or in which assembly, then in the type, sorry, in the where, we should select used. If you don't want the assembly list, you want to see where this is actually referenced or being linked to, then referenced is the option that you need. We can cover that when we are covering the basics of My Teamcenter. When I'm going to cover the My Teamcenter module, I'm going to explain about the type of objects that we have, what type of operations we can perform using them, and while we are covering that topic, we are also going to cover about where referenced. Coming to the next tab, viewer. As the name indicates, to view all the information that is available on the selected objects, viewer is the tab that we need to go. But when you select the viewer, there are sub tabs that are present underneath it. The general one doesn't give you much more information. Some part of the summary is being replicated here, because if I switch back to summary, item properties is giving the same information as viewer general tab. But there are some other tabs like reservation, project, and all. Project tab would give us only the details of the related projects, but the tab all, as the name indicates, would give you all the information, all the attributes that are available on the selected objects and their information. In order to view any information or any property value or any attribute value that is set on the selected object, viewer all is the place that you need to go. It would display filled in attributes and also the empty attributes here. Like you see, all the first ones are kept empty, but you still see them. Even you would see the filled in attributes as well. But that's not all. There are many types of views available for the selected objects. How can you add different views here? That you can do it using the window. Here in the window, there are options like open perspective or show view. In the show view, if you see, you're seeing the same tabs like summary, viewer, impact analysis, which you've just seen. Similarly, there are few other tabs that you may require while you are working on the Teamcenter, like process history, image previews, details. Details is one of the important one that everyone would need. And if you do not find the necessary view, or if you want to view all the types of views that are available for the objects in Teamcenter, other is the place to see it. When you click on other, these are the high level classified views that are available to the Teamcenter users. Let me expand Teamcenter. For the basic My Teamcenter, these are the views that are available. But what if I want a more specific view of or related to a different module? They are classified under different folders like schedule manager views. There is a module in Teamcenter that says schedule manager. This is a very specific module which many users may not need, but it's it's a good one to know about. So for accessing specific information related to the schedule managers, this particular tab will allow us to select the schedule task execution, which gives us more details related to the schedule manager module. Likewise, there is project. When we are learning more about the project module, you are going to understand what each of these tabs or views are used for, what type of information each of this tab would give you. Then you would understand the need of these views, different types of views. And the general is for more general purpose, like they can be used anywhere. And then there is admin. Hmm. These are not commonly used tabs which can be accessed by just being in the My Team Center or in the Home tab. There are modules like Query Builder, Access Manager, PLM XML. That's where you're going to need this information. So this is how you can select different types of views. Suppose let us say there is details missing here. I'm going to select the necessary one, click on OK. You're going to see the details tab being added here, just like this one. The details tab is going to give us all the objects that are under the selected one. That is the reason you're not seeing the selected object here. You are going to view only the objects that are underneath the item, which is these two. If I select the revision, I'm going to see what is linked under the revision, which is nothing but these two objects, which are being represented here. That is what details is for. Along with the objects, it is also give us the information like what type of object it is and with using what relation it is linked to the parent object, which we are going to cover when we are learning about My Team Center. So this is about the first screen that you're going to see in Teamcenter. And when you see it, understand that every object would have a lot of information which has been segregated and displayed to the user using different types of views like summary, details, impact analysis, viewer, audit history, workflow progress, and so on. And in every tab here, if you see the top right corner is going to have some little icons here, which you can access them to perform a very minor operations. Like if you see a neat table, you're going to see the gear icon where you can configure the columns of the table. In the same way, if there is any view or any data set that is attached to it, then you would see the options like export it, export as. Like, do you want to export the properties of the selected objects to other files like Excel or Word? And apart from this, the major operations that you need to cover is the below one. If you see, there is one section here, and then you are seeing checkout, check-in options. Checkout and check-in. These are the two words that we use in Teamcenter language to perform or to place a lock on one object and edit the information of the object. You cannot directly go into the edit mode, or I cannot directly select this and type any random value against this attribute here. Reason being, this is not in checkout state. I need to check this out, and I need to mention the change ID and the information, because this particular checkout check-in information would be logged in the audit history. Audit history is the place where you are going to see all the changes that are performed on top of the selected object. If you are doing it for official purposes, then you would see some ID. Maybe I would say CHD123 as the ID, and in the comments I would say need to correct the some ABC properties per XYZ change. And then when I click on OK, now this is in a checkout state. How do you identify whether it is in checkout or check-in state? As in when you check out the object, you're seeing one little icon. This would look like one rectangle and a blue color arrow coming out of it, which means it has been checked out. Now, if one of you who is also working on the same project, two different persons working on the same object maybe want to edit the information on the same object at the same time, which is incorrect. We cannot open the object for all the editings or corrections at the same time to two or more different users. Reason being, when they try to check in or save the changes, database do not know which version to take as the base version and save the changes when two or more people are working simultaneously on this particular object. That is the reason there is checkout and check-in options. When I check out, or suppose let us say there are four different users working on 0081 object at the same time, the person who checks it out first would be the one working on it, which means the other three users, when they try to check it out, they're going to see an error message that says this is already checked out, which means I placed a lock on this particular object, restricting all other users from modifying anything. Now I'm in here. Now I'm modifying all the information that I need. I cannot modify the release status or date released. These are not the information for the for the users to manually update. As in when you release it, you are going to see these objects are sorry, not objects, attributes being updated automatically. And when I'm done here and save the changes, I can do it by clicking on check-in, or if there are more changes, then if I'm going to a different one, I can use save and keep checked out. This option allows me to save the changes and keeps it in the checkout state. Unless until I check it in, no one else can edit this one. They can read this information They can access it anywhere, but they cannot modify the information on this object when it is in checked out state. Not even the administrator or the backend admin utilities can modify anything. Only the check-in would allow it. Otherwise, suppose let us say I don't want to perform any changes. Since I saved it, before saving it, let us say I modified it to pen 32. But later on I changed my mind. I don't want all these changes. I can cancel it. See, you're going to lose all the changes and I'm okay with it. It is simply canceling the checkout, which means all the changes that I've done after placing the checkout would be lost. You can either check in to save the changes or you can cancel it to not modify anything else. As in when you do a check in or cancel checkout, this particular icon beside this is gone, meaning it is not locked anymore. The users which have necessary permissions to edit it can place the lock when they are working on this. This is about this option. But there is one little information I want to cover today. See, in the bottom right corner, you are seeing few little icons here. This is one section, and beside this, there is one more that says clipboard. This clipboard is not. No. This clipboard is nothing but the regular one that we see. Right now it is 0 because I haven't copied anything. Even if I click it, there is nothing here. Let me close it and I select this one and I perform a copy. As and when I copy something, that contents or information would be added to this clipboard. Now it is showing one. Let me see what it is. This is nothing but the revision that I'm currently in and copied. Either you can append to it by copying more clipboard contents or by copying more objects, which you can see all the contents here. You can select them and paste them anywhere. If you don't want all of this little one would clear the contents. This is about the clipboard. And then there are few little icons here. What are they about? They are nothing but the access levels that we have on the selected objects. As a DBA or as an administrator, I would always have these three accesses to me. What are these three? The first pencil icon tells us about write access. The next red cross is the delete access. The key icon gives us the change access. If I do not have any of these accesses, I would see a little red line here, just how we are seeing it. The object is not in progress. You are seeing one little red icon on top of these icons. If I do not have any of these accesses, I would see that red mark here. Since I have all the read, write, and change, delete accesses, I'm seeing those accesses here. These are the quickly or directly viewed accesses that are easily available for the users to check the access levels. To see more access details, we need to select it and click on the little lock icon here. It displays all the available accesses. If I do not have something, then it is going to gray out that. If I have some access like read access, only when I have the read access, I can open it like this. If I do not have, I wouldn't see this object at all. That is how you're going to view the access. And this is the quick pin where you are going to see what accesses you have and what accesses you do not have. So this is about the Teamcenter application page. what information we have, what type of sections are, how the screen is divided, and which section gives us what information. With this, I want to conclude today's call. And like I said, in tomorrow's call, let us walk through the architecture of the Teamcenter. When we are covering the Teamcenter's architecture, let me stop the sharing. When we are covering the Teamcenter's architecture, we are going to learn about different types of clients that are available for Teamcenter. Today we have seen the rich client. This is one of the clients that is available for Teamcenter, which is mostly are most commonly used by the Teamcenter developers and the administrators today. And then there are other clients available which we can cover, and we can also see how the Teamcenter server or the logics are being segregated, and Teamcenter resources tier as well. The resources tier is nothing but the database information, and how these layers are being communicated with each other. We're going to see that, and if time permits, we can learn a little about FMS, which is a file management service, which is a very important topic to learn to understand how the files are being managed in Teamcenter. But if we do not have the time, then let's take up FMS as a separate topic in the next day. So, does anyone have any questions?
Can we install this Teamcenter software?
You can install it, but you would need a license. This is not freeware or open source software. We would need the license to install it. But if any of you are already in the project, the client would provide you the necessary license information so that you can install it on your own, or some of the clients would give you the environment which already has the installed Teamcenter. That way you can utilize it.
Okay. Yeah, that is all from my end. Swapna. Thank you.
Yeah,
Ma'am, I have joined very late today. So could you please share today's record session so that I'll go to it once?
sure. This session is recorded. You all can access to this session and the previous session if any of you has missed it. We'll provide the link to you to access the recorded sessions.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
So, Swapna, do you also cover like how to integrate the Team Center with other applications or other ERP systems like that?
I'm afraid we cannot do the integration sessions here because we need the T4S and the ERP or other CAD softwares for that. In these training sessions, my aim is to first cover the basics of the Teamcenter. When I say basics, all the commonly used modules that are available, and also the Teamcenter development part, configuration details, and the admin ones. Once that is done, if we can access the integrations or the softwares, then we can say it, but I highly doubt it.
Okay.
Okay, so if there are no questions, then let's conclude this call today and connect again tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.